There are stretches in life where everything feels like it's wrapped in a fog. You wake up and the world looks familiar, but something you feel is different. The confidence you had last month feels a little softer. The vision you were excited about feels a little blurry. And the next step isn't as obvious as it used to be. But here's where most people get thrown off. They think that the fog means that they're lost. They think it means they made the wrong choice. They may even think it means something is broken. But fog doesn't erase the road that you are on. Fog doesn't change your purpose. The fog doesn't even undo the clarity you built before it rolled in. Fog only limits how far you can see. And because you can't see far, your instinct might be to freeze, to pause, to stop going forward. But the real work in these seasons is learning how to move with steadiness, trust, and patience, and not urgency. Welcome back to the Emmanuel Dr. EG3 podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel George, but most folks around here just call me Dr. EG3. This is the place where we talk about life, growth, and becoming. Not the version that the world expects of you, but the one you're meant to live. And around here, I try to keep it honest, a little fun, but always focused on helping you to rise higher, live bolder, and step fully into what you were meant to be. And today, we're going to be talking about something that we all go through, even if we don't always want to admit it. You know what I'm talking about. Those foggy seasons where the fog just ascends down, where life is still moving, but you can't quite make sense of where it's taking you. And my hope in this episode is to help you to breathe a little deeper, settle your thoughts, and trust yourself again as you move forward without all the sight, even when the road ahead feels and seems a little blurry. Now, I remember there was a period not too long ago where things felt cloudy for me. I mean, everything was going along and the fog just kind of ascended. We're in the fall season right now, and you know what I'm talking about. Mornings you wake up and the birds are singing, but you look out your window and it seems cloudy, foggy. And life wasn't chaotic. Life wasn't overwhelming. It was just kind of unclear. The kind of that allows you to slow down a bit, makes you pay a little more attention to the things that you usually glance over. What was interesting is that I wasn't spiraling. I wasn't doubting my purpose or my values. I wasn't even questioning my calling. To be honest, I didn't even really panic in the situation. I just felt the fog. Like those mornings you go out and it's just the dew on your skin. The fog didn't feel like danger. It just took me a minute to gain some understanding as to why. It was because the clarity I needed wasn't intended to be built in the fog. See, my clarity had already been built before the fog arrived. See, my priorities, they were already set. My values were already defined. And my path was already established. I already knew who I was working on becoming, but then the fog ascended down. So even when the visibility dropped, the road that I was on, that foundation held. It didn't mean the fog was comfortable, but it meant the fog couldn't confuse me or shouldn't confuse me because I was already on the path and the road in which I was becoming. I just had to maybe slow down a little bit. And then that's when I realized something very important. See, it's natural for the fog in life to sometimes show up. It's a part of growth. It's a part of becoming. My goal and your goal should not be to avoid the fog. The goal is to not resist it. Because see, when you resist the fog, you get anxious. You get nervous. You start to panic a little because that visibility's gone. You grip the wheel a little tighter as you're driving down the road. But this is those moments where you have to remember your why. When you trust what you knew before the fog rolled in, you stay steady enough to keep moving until it clears. Now, that's when everything shifted for me at that understanding. And I want to share a couple of points with you that helped me, and hopefully it helps you. So, number one is to realize fog is normal and we need to stop treating it like it's failure. See, every significant chapter of your life comes with some fog: new roles, new decisions, new responsibility. How about this? Even new levels of success. Fog is not a sign that you're off track. Fog is a signal that you're entering a new stretch of your journey that requires awareness instead of urgency. Most people interpret fog as a personal mistake, something that they did wrong. But fog is not danger. Fog is just a transition from certain temperate climates. When you tell yourself nothing is wrong, things are just shifting, your mind relaxes a little. Your nervous system settles. Your thoughts get clearer. Fog is not failure. The fog is normal. And the moment you stop fighting it, you stop adding stress to something that was never meant to be stressful. Number two, clarity is built before the fog, not during it. See, you don't build your compass in the middle of the storm. You build it when it's calm. When things get blurry, you fall back on who you were becoming before the fog arrived. That's why your habits matter. That's why your values matter, your self-reflection matters, your boundaries and your priorities matter. The work you do on ordinary days becomes the things that carry you through uncertain times. And if you've been living with intention, you might feel unsure, but you won't feel lost. You might have the right questions, but you won't question yourself. Fog doesn't erase your clarity, it just tests your trust in the middle of it. Number three, and this one's going to be tough, but don't resist the fog. Feel it and move wisely. See, resistance is where overwhelm grows. When you say, I shouldn't feel this way, I need answers now, this is wrong, what is happening? You create a tension that blocks clarity. Fog doesn't respond to force. Fog responds to the honesty of why you're there. Acceptance doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you've decided to stop pretending the fog isn't there. Once you accept it, your mind, your body will create space that it needs to see what your next step should be. Try saying, visibility may be low right now, but I'm steady. I'm slowing down, but I know who I am. I know what matters. That's when options start to appear. That's when you start to gain more insight. That's when peace replaces your panic. You don't have to rush in a fog. You just need to stay present and aware. Number four, you only need the next step, not the whole map. See, fog actually teaches us your presence is better than anything. Because when you can't see the entire road, you're forced to focus on a few feet in front of you. You slow down, you breathe, you check in with yourself, you ask different questions, such as what feels aligned today, what steps feel honest to who I want to be, what directions respect my values. Movement in the fog doesn't have to be dramatic, it doesn't have to be fast, it just needs to be intentional. One aligned step in the right direction often will reveal the next right step, and then the next one, and then the next. And finally, number five, fog eventually lifts when you stay aligned. No fog stays together. It lingers, it shifts, it may come, it may go, but it always clears. And when it does, you'll be able to see just how much you grew inside the season you couldn't fully see through. You'll notice your discernment may have gotten sharper, your patience got deeper, your self-trust got stronger. See, fog may slow your pace, but it strengthens your insight. And when the fog lifts, you don't just see the road differently. More importantly, you see yourself differently. You'll look back and realize that the fog didn't stall your life, it deepened it. It prepared you, it built you. It gave you wisdom that you couldn't have gained just from clear, sunny skies. So here's your challenge of the week. I want you to choose one area in your life where the fog may feel kind of thick. First, don't judge it. Just name the season and the area, and then ask, what is the next aligned step that I can take without needing the full picture? Not 10 steps, no long-term plan, just the next step to take. And I want you to commit to that this week. Let that be enough for this journey. So I want you to realize, or I'm encouraging you to realize, because y'all grown and can do whatever you want, is that fog is a part of your journey. It doesn't erase your purpose. It doesn't erase your clarity. It doesn't erase the work that you've already put in. It simply invites you to trust yourself at a deeper level. And when the fog lifts, and I promise you it will, you'll see you were being guided the entire time. And as always, guys, I love you much.